Well, once a month, our friend Dan Stoltz joins us in our Twin Cities Live studio. He's introducing us to someone who's blazing a new path forward.
Yes, you know, all this year we are highlighting different trailblazers. Dan joins us now to tell us about who his trailblazer is for February, Dan.
Hey, Paul, Elizabeth, always good to be with you both.
Great to see you.
I love this Trailblazer segment. To me, Trailblazers are three things. They're influencers, they impact, and they really inspire.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're going to see today. So Jim Abbott is going to be coming to my annual meeting. I have to do an annual meeting every year. We have about 4,000 or 5,000 people that come, and he's going to be our featured speaker. I'm really super excited about that.
Okay, for people who aren't familiar with Jim, kind of give us the backstory, and then we're going to hear from him because Ben got to talk to him.
Yeah, so Jim was born with one hand, but his passion was sports. So he actually played football. He was a quarterback one-handed, but more importantly, he went to the highest level in the Major League Baseball system.
Wow.
And he was drafted by the Angels, pitched there, was at the Yankees. He pitched a no-hitter. If you can imagine pitching a no-hitter at the highest level, one-handed, is just an amazing, inspirational story.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, it really is. This is like in the 80s and 90s, in the 90s.
Exactly right, Paul. Yeah,
Big
really
deal.
amazing.
So Jim got to talk to Ben. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
I love the Twin Cities. I'll confess, I didn't always like pitching in the Metrodome. That was some rough going with Kirby Puckett and Kent Herbeck and that whole crew back in the day. But I sure love the city and the people, and I'm looking forward to getting back and do good things out there. We all have to believe in good right now.
So what about when you were thinking about, we want to have somebody in for this meeting, what really inspired you about him now to go that he's got a message that we want to share with people?
Yeah, you know what? I just feel like right now you can be bitter about life or better.
Yeah.
And I just feel like he is such a great example of going to the highest level where I know he talks about people doubted it, he would fail, and he went to the highest level. He had that inspiration to say, I can do it. And I think right now there's just so much going on around all of us that the fact that just do good and go for it and don't be afraid to try,
I think he could tell such great stories just about perseverance.
Yeah.
And just listening to him because, you have to be right. He's probably been told so many times, yeah, you're not going to do this.
Yeah.
And then just to make it happen.
Yeah.
And to make it happen where elite athletes at the highest level.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Okay, so he has more with Ben. Let's take a look.
I know, Jim, that you hear this all the time. I'm old enough to actually remember watching you play, which is crazy. And I know that you've heard the word inspiration pretty much your whole life. But when did you come to the realization that what you're doing was maybe bigger than baseball?
I didn't really realize that until I got to the major leagues. I was trying to fight my way as a young player, and all of a sudden, all these families started to come to the ballparks, and little boys and little girls facing challenges a lot like mine. I thought my condition, maybe I was born missing my right hand, and I thought maybe it was more rare than it actually is. And I guess that's when it hit me that there's a lot more people out there like me than I ever knew.
Boy, that is, what a beautiful moment to realize that you're not alone. And that's what happens when you share your story. If you keep your story hidden, you never find out that there are so many more people that are like you than you thought.
Isn't it so true? I have a daughter that had cancer. It was Hodgkin's lymphoma. I thought we were like the only ones on the planet. And then all of a sudden you realize that you're amongst a lot of people that go through those tough things. And I think about Jim for sure. I just think we all need some hope. I think we need some hope that whatever we're going through, we all have our challenges, we all have our handicaps, whatever you want to call that, but we can get through it, but maybe together and seeing what other people do.
And seeing that you're not alone. That there are other people exactly like you said out there doing that. And then you think about him and just in his mind, he was like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. It's very, very cool.
Telling yourself every day, yeah, I'm doing this.
Well, and I think also, just you can look at people at the highest level. You can look at Dan who's a CEO, and you can think or you can look at somebody who you follow on Instagram, and you can think they must have it so good. They've got it so perfect. Every single person, regardless of their title, of what kind of car they drive, whatever, they all have challenges. Everybody has struggles. Everybody has something that they're going through, and you have to recognize that in people.
You do, and you have to take, we've all failed. We've all been in those valleys, and it's a matter of just getting back up, falling down 6, getting up 7, but taking the tea out of can. I feel like I've made a living taking the T out of can't. I mean, I've heard can't so many things in my life, and I think it's like Jim Abbott and others that say, I can. You know, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice, but it gives us all hope that there are opportunities for all of us and to go for it.
Yeah, that is very, very cool. Okay, so people are going to want to see
Yes,
Jim
this is the
speak,
place
right?
to
They
go.
want to come and hang out with you and see Jim Abbott in person. So what can we expect and how can people get in on this?
Yeah, they can just get online, blaze.com, February 22nd. Jim Abbott's going to be speaking. It's totally free. Bring your family. And here's the cool thing. Everyone that comes, my inventory is cash, so everybody gets $25.
Hey!
Not too
great.
bad.
Usually you have to pay to go to events.
Yes,
You're
yeah.
paying
Pay you.
people to go to
Yes.
the events.
Yes.
So you guys are going to have financial seminars within that as well, then.
Exactly
So there's a
right.
whole combination of things.
When you get online, you're going to see before this big event, there's a number of seminars, how to buy a home, how to budget, how to do
wow.
the things that you would like to do.
Yeah, and isn't that important? The
That-
more you're
oh.
talking about money, the more control you have over it. If you don't talk about it, or you just like, it takes control
get
of
out
you.
of hand on
Exactly
you.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Oh, Dan,
Okay.
great to see you. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. I love these TrailBlazers. It's really fun to get to know some of these amazing people. If you want to learn more about Blaze Credit Union or register for their free event where you can see Jim Abbott, you can visit blazecu.com. You know, I'm a big fan of the app. I'm a credit union member.
I
Card
love seeing that.
carrying.
I know. Got to
Card
do
carrying.
it.
I
Make
got
it
a card.
happen. So Jim
All right.
Abbott.